first. Put God first in everything you do. Everything that I have is by the grace of God. Understand that. It's a gift. I've been protected. I've been directed. I've been corrected. I've kept God in my life and it's kept me humble. I didn't always stick with him, but he always stuck with me. So stick with him in everything you do. If you think you want to do what you think I've done, then do what I've done and stick with God.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Wayne Campbell.
And I'm Sheila Campbell.
And this is your morning drive with the driver's side. Good morning, beautiful.
Morning.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm like running. I'm zipping. My brain is.
It's Throwback Thursday.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's my favorite day of the week. I love it. And I spent all day yesterday preparing for this. I mean, I've got notes and all kinds of stuff all over for part 2 today of the strikes of the 70s. So
it should be a packed show. We got a lot to talk about. The notification went out a little late, so I'm going to share it out real quick to a couple little places. You had to do a lot of research today. Or last night. You did a lot. And it's funny, there's something in trucking news that relates to Throwback Thursday.
It does. It does. And we're going to get into the trucking news in just a little bit. But real quick about doing that research and stuff, because we are doing part 2, which is the trucking strike of 79. And a lot of you drivers were driving during that time and knew about it. And a few of you were kind enough to send over your stories and what you remember about it. So thank you to everybody who helped and participated in this. And I can't wait to get into it. And
we also have Drivers of the Week.
We do have Drivers of the Week.
Before we get to all that, remember, guys, we are dedicating these shows to Cindy Davis Salisbury. She's an amazing person. Her and Chris, you are really in our thoughts and our prayers. The whole family is, but we're really pulling for you. You're going through a really, really rough time. I know there seems to be no light at the end of this tunnel, but there is. Please, Chris, stay strong. I got to make sure I say that. This is a fellow driver out there that's going through cancer with his wife. And I want to make sure, Chris, that you know we are here pulling for you. We love you till no end. And we cannot thank you enough for letting us be part of your and Cindy's life. Okay, guys. So we do have a driver going through it, guys. And him and his family watch the show. So the only thing we know to do is to tell you that we love you guys and we care about you. And this too shall pass.
And to be here for you.
Right.
When and if you need us or need an ear, we're here. Okay.
Right. So, and I want to say a special thank you to John Jakes, Bill Kruger, John Freese, all you guys. Bill, I didn't get a chance to talk to you, but John Jakes, all you guys, I got a chance to talk to reflect on a few things. And real quick, I want to say thank you to the people that stick up for us. I guess there's a few things going around again, but I want to say thank you to the men and women that stand up for the driver's side. It's truly, truly a blessing, Sheila. The way things are growing on this platform are truly a blessing. And it makes me feel good to know that our integrity is speaking for itself. Thank you.
Yeah, and
she's like, all right.
And I agree. I didn't know that you were done there. I was like, oh, okay, he's done. But you know what? I agree with you, and it's really cool. It's really cool to see situations that have happened. Have been sad, and I don't really want to get too much onto that.
No, I'm trying to get on the camaraderie side of it, the people sticking together for us.
And the camaraderie that has happened has been really awesome.
Right, and I'm looking forward to this truck show that we're going to. Yeah. Before I plug the truck show, I want to say a special good morning to Big John, Tanabit's dad. Tanabit over on TikTok. She takes care of drivers. She helps run a company for a trucking company. But I want to say shout out to Big John out here watching the show. Tanabit's dad. Keep on trucking, brother. He's been in the game for a long time. So I wanted to say thank you to Tanabit and to Big John.
And we love watching her. She's great.
She's fun.
Her lives that she does are just awesome. She's a lot of fun.
She's a handful. She's
sassy.
She is.
And she's kind of sassy, but she's funny and she's cool. And we can't wait to have her back on. We tried to have her on at one point. Signal was not that great. And so we had to cut the interview short. So we're going to try to get her back on. Probably not till after the show, because next week, guys, we're next week, right? We're only going to be doing.
We got one more show
Tuesday. We won't be doing next Thursday because we're going to be in Wildwood getting ready for the show as the trucks and stuff are coming in. So we only next week will be doing Tuesday, other than the lives and stuff that we will be doing from the show. Okay, so as we go, there are going to be sporadic lives that go on and throughout the day, so you're going to be able to see the show and stuff that goes on.
Here's the deal. Okay, there's a couple things for me, a couple factors that go into play for me. For one, I've been told, oh, you're going to get confronted at the truck show. Really not worried about that.
Right.
My thing is, I don't want to step on toes. Photographers, this is my first time at a truck show filming and stuff like that. I don't want to step on toes. I don't want to broadcast something that somebody's planning on broadcasting later on and it goes viral or whatever, because things tend to go viral off the driver's side now. There's plenty of videos literally going viral right now. But I don't want to step on toes. I'm going to catch these guys coming in, stuff like that. I'll be everywhere. It's not good. I'm not a crowd guy.
Right.
I'm not a big crowd guy. I like hanging out in the parking lot, little lizard stuff, lot lizarding a little bit for you guys, a little photography, pimping out some pictures. That's about as far as I go. Small group of people I like to hang out, maybe a little barbecue. But when it gets big, like a truck show like this, I am not huge on crowds.
No, I'm not either. Those days of like huge crowds are pretty much gone for me as well. But I will be there too. I won't be like riding right alongside you because someone's going to be getting a new toy. But I will be there in and out as well too. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking. It is
going to be a lot of fun. And I'm going to have a lot of fun, and I can't wait. But we got to get over to your good mornings. But again, we'll be at the 75 Chrome Shop Truck Show, the 23rd, 24th, and 25th of this month. I can't wait to see what SBB is bringing. I know Gary redid his truck somewhat. I can't wait to see that in person, Gary. You're putting out pictures and stuff like that, but I can't wait to see that, you and Devery out there. And real quick, if you're looking for a good group, check out Trucking with Yo-Yo till the end. Something else happened over there that was Great GATS. I want to say GATS or Great American Truck Show.
The Great American Truck Show.
Yeah, they highlighted her. They honored her
awesome.
as a pioneer in the industry, I want to say. So shout out to you guys for doing that. This woman deserves so much from this industry because she's given so much to this industry. A straight icon, and I can't wait to talk to you again, Yo-Yo. You and Michelle and your family, it's great. But if you're looking for a good group that's true to trucking, check out Trucking with Yo-Yo till the end. All right, that's it. Remember all about that old school. I can't wait for this truck show. Go ahead.
I want to say real quick, you guys, because we should have actually, when we came in, mentioned this right off the bat. Guys, we will be getting into the weather in just a little bit. But just in case you guys don't know, the I-80 in Wyoming is still closed. As of 4 o'clock this morning, they were expecting it to still remain closed until about another 12 hours. So not until later this evening that they're hoping that it's going to be reopened. So, guys, I'm sorry if you're stuck in that mess. I know that we had Mike and Ellie who were over in that mess that's going on right now. If you happen to be going that way, avoid it. Avoid it because it is closed. You're not going to be going anywhere.
All right. So Wyoming. Yeah. Typical, oh boy, I-80, typical crap. So are we good for mention, Sheila? We're moving on. We're moving pretty quickly here. I know that we got to get into some things. What bothers me? Okay, real quick. What bothers me? And I want to make sure we talk about this a little bit. Is the fact, we got a lot of people that watch this show that are no longer in the seat.
Right.
They're retired, or they just didn't want to put up with the crap anymore,
or they got pulled out,
or they got pulled out,
because of
medical whatever.
Right.
You people that do watch the show and are afraid to comment because you're not in the seat, comment.
Yeah.
Just because you're not in the seat doesn't mean a damn thing.
Right.
If you hold a CDL and held a CDL at one time, you're always a brother or a sister.
Always.
These people it blows me away. That's like you never talking about bartending ever again, being a bartender for 25 years. You're never allowed to pour a drink again. You're not behind the bar there, Missy.
Yeah.
How dare you talk about bartending?
Yeah.
It bothers you. You said that before.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, I've been in that industry for 30 years. And when we talked about this, it gets my blood boiling because you're right. That would be like someone telling me that because I'm not behind the bar and I'm not serving drinks anymore, that I'm never allowed to speak upon it. Like, I don't have that knowledge. I still have that knowledge and experience. And that doesn't mean that just because I'm not doing it anymore, that I'm not allowed to talk about it, that I'm not allowed to be involved in it, and that I don't have knowledge and experience about it. And I just think it's stupid for others to think that
they don't have the right.
No, for others to make any kind of comments or anything as far as that, or to feel that they shouldn't comment or say anything because they're not an active driver right this second.
Happens to me all the time. It happens to me all the time, and it bothers me. But what bothered me the most is I was messaged by somebody recently.
Right.
I'm not in a seat anymore. I hope I'm not about. No, you damn right. You're the one that we want commenting. You've been in
Right.
that seat. You've earned a living in that seat. You get it. You know what it
Right.
takes to stay in that seat. Just because you're not in that seat doesn't mean a damn thing.
Right.
It doesn't. I'm tired of people within this industry putting other people down because you're not in the seat. Yeah, you know what? If you want to talk about me, that's fine. Go ahead. But don't go after people that are out in the industry and trying to do something better for the industry that are no longer currently in the seat in the industry,
Right.
but love the industry still. And that industry gave them everything that they have today.
Right.
It just bothers me that there's people out there in this industry and continue to soil it by doing stuff like that. Try to be something positive. It's like me, myself, I did it myself. And I'll say it right here to certain people in the industry that are musicians in the industry. I went after because technically I just wasn't doing good enough myself and they were doing better. And I felt that I needed to go after them to get my attention. And in the end, it was the wrong thing to do. And I'm paying for it today.
Right.
I'm paying for it today. But what I wanted to address here today is people that do watch the show and are on the show and that love the show, and you feel like you want to comment or you want to take part in it and you're not in the seat, you have every right, just like anybody else. So shout out to you guys that have been in the seat or no longer in the seat, retired from the seat, been pulled out of the seat, or just don't want to take the crap that you get when you go in that seat. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate you guys and all of you. So I think that covers our mentions.
Right.
I don't know what happens. We get on camera and it's just like, poof, it changes. We got all this stuff ready. We're ready to go. Yeah. We're prepared. And I'm over here like, all right, girl, go get it.
You know what I think it is? I honestly think it's because in our minds, we have all this stuff, but we try to keep a structure to it as too. So we're all over the place as it is. And you guys know that. I mean, we're like all over. But we do try to keep somewhat of a structure. Correct. And I think therein lies some of the problem. So either sometimes we blow our wad, no pun intended.
I'll get it.
Too fast and get it out there. Hi, here it is. Or we're trying to think of the structure in our head of where we need to go and keep a structure on it. So I think it kind of changes a little bit of the dynamic. And I think that sometimes that's what you feel, and especially with me. My brain right now is I am thinking about the Throwback Thursday and Drivers of the Week and when and how we're fitting all that in.
And I'm over here trying, it's a team. It's a team. And I'm over here trying to go, okay, how can I compliment her, lead her into her stuff, stuff like that? Because we do things separately. She does Throwback Thursday. I'm going through news and stuff like that. I actually had something I wanted to load up and talk about this morning. We didn't even load up the electric truck.
Right. Well, we can jab about because that's back in the news. So when we get to trucking news, we can always we'll mention that.
You know what? I prefer to have a couple drivers to talk about with some drivers, maybe a panel show or something like that. Coming soon. I'd love to talk to Bill Kruger and stuff like that. Throw that at them, approach them with that, and see what they think about it. You know, I know how it goes with panels. Just one show, not every Saturday. Just one show. All right, just one. I can just do one with other people right now. It's hard to work with other people. All right. Well, you know what, Sheila? You know, people being in the industry and being around a long time, we do have drivers of the week. But before we get to that, I saw something going around, and I want to say congratulations to you, Kim Grimm. You know, you are a true pioneer in this industry. You know, I look at you like I look at Yo-Yo.
Yeah.
Okay. I really do. I have a lot of respect for you and John, but you, ma'am, are truly, you celebrated 42 years or 43 years. I don't know. John said 43. You said 41. I'm saying 42. I'm going to fall in the middle. Okay. But you have been doing 40. This, but you've been doing this for a long time, Kim. You have. So hold on, John, real quick. But we really wanted to really thank you for the things that you do in this industry and continue to do, especially with 10-4, the writing and stuff that you do for them is amazing. But we want to celebrate you just being in this industry. And we want to announce you as our first driver of the week, Kim Grimm. Our first driver of the week is Kim Grimm. She's a driver of the week and a Knight of the Highway, Kim Grimm. And I believe John Jakes is on the phone right now live. John, are you there?
Yes, I am, Wayne.
How are you, John?
On the line also.
So we actually have the driver of the week that we're announcing first, and it's Kim Grimm. Kim Grimm, good morning. How are you? You're live on the driver's side.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Congratulations, Bodacious. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Kim.
Congratulations, Kim.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sheila.
You, Kim, actually have been on our list for a while now. We wanted to do it. And hopefully we were going to wait a little while because we thought we were going to be able to meet up with you. And so in case that doesn't happen, I was like, you know what? I want to get this out. And so congratulations. You are driver of the week and a Knight of the Highway.
Thank you very much. And I'm on my way to Sheboygan right now.
Are you? You got a load? Are you delivering, picking up? What are you doing?
My last drop.
Your last drop. And here's what I want to say, Kim. I want to say thank you so much for the way you carry yourself in this industry. And on top of that is helping, carry other drivers in this industry by telling their stories through your writing. What's it like being a person of this industry and doing the things you've done? What's it been like for you in this industry?
I am very blessed, and I know it, and I'm very grateful for my career. And it's kind of funny, actually. 43 years ago today, I got my chauffeur's license to drive a truck.
Right. Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah,
and I'm looking at an old Ford here in this picture, Kim. I have a picture up on the screen. It looks like you. I saw this when you said on a post yesterday. This says, I can't believe I'm celebrating so many years within trucking. Is it 43 years?
43 today.
43
awesome.
today. And where did you start, Kim?
I started in Iowa, driving a dump truck for a local company, B.L. Anderson Incorporated. Just a little 15-foot dump box. Did that for 8 years before we got on the road and started running West Coast for Fry Miller.
For who?
Fry Miller.
Fry Miller. Okay, I'm putting up the pictures right now that you posted yesterday to match exactly what you're saying. I can't thank you enough. So, all right. So, out of all the years in this industry, what is your highlight, Kim? What sticks out the most to you throughout your career?
Well, actually, right now it's got to be the 2015 Walcott Truckers Jamboree when I met John.
Oh.
Before that, it was the Walcott Truckers Jamboree in 1990 when I met Betty.
Oh, yeah, Betty. Yep. She's got so many stories.
Going to that show changed everything of what my trucking career ended up being, going to the shows and meeting the people and then getting the opportunity because of Suzanne Stempensky to write for 10-4, and that'll be 18 years this October.
Wow. And I want to say, as far as with 10-4 magazine, you are an amazing writer. You really are. I truly enjoy your articles.
Well, thank you. The one this month was kind of tough, a memorial for somebody you don't know.
Right.
But the one for next month, wait till you read about that one. That one is total fun.
Oh, good.
What an awesome driver and pictures and everything. That one's fun. And there's a little story with that. That driver was a friend of, he lost his friend. And they did a convoy out in California and stuff. Well, talking to him for that, we learned of his toy collection. Well, we invited him to our wedding. His wife has his itinerary booked, and people are saying, what are you going to Iowa for? Truck show and a wedding.
Right.
How do you know that it's getting married in Iowa? Well, I haven't ever really met these people, but I'm going to their wedding. It's so awesome. And then, of course, I'm originally from Iowa, so I like to share the fact that there's more than cornfields and pigs in Iowa. The Field of Dreams and the Erdl Toy Museum is in Dyersville, Iowa.
Nice.
Right.
Dubuque is like, if you've ever drove around part of the city, is like a little mini San Francisco sitting on the Mississippi River. And they have a cool museum there. Down the road 20 miles is Bellevue, this little river town. There's a park up on a bluff that overlooks the town, the river, a lock and dam. We used to haul rock out in eastern Iowa. And so familiar with all that area. There's way cool things. There's lime kilns just on the north side of Maquoketa. When we were hauling rock out of the quarry in Maquoketa, they were rebuilding them. They're beautiful. It's really cool. So and he is so excited because he loves baseball, and then of course the toy company. So it's like, wow, that's pretty cool.
That's awesome. And you know what else is pretty cool, Kim, is the fact that you're a driver of the week over here. But what else is cool is that you're having a wedding in Iowa that I'm going to. On top of that, that I get to attend, that we get to attend. You know, it's one of the starting to become one of the most talked about things going on in the trucking industry right now. I know I hear more about that than anything.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about truck shows because your wedding's going to be at a truck show. I'm going to a truck show here next week. I'm going to 75 Chrome Shop Wildwood show. What do I expect from one? This is my first real truck show outside of GATS. So what am I to expect from a truck show?
Well, I haven't ever been to that one. That's one I haven't ever made it to.
Okay. Well, then I just kind of screwed that one, didn't I?
No, but she's been to the other ones.
I have no idea. Yeah, that was one, and another one that I'd never been to till a few years ago was St. Ignace. And that one crossing the Mackinac Bridge and the convoy is like amazing.
Oh, yeah.
You meet a lot of people. The trucks are cleaned up. You get to chat. Lots of pictures.
Yeah.
On the driver's side of showing your truck, you talk to people, and a few years down the road, oh, well, I met you at this show, and if they start talking, and you're like, you meet so many people, you can't remember them all. You feel kind of bad, you know?
I have that problem now, too.
All right. So, look, Kim, I want to say thank you for calling in. I hate to push you off the phone, but we got to get moving on. But I want to say thank you so much for all you do. I didn't even get to look up all the pictures that John sent us, but I want to say thank you to you and John. And John, thank you so much for helping us put this together for her, not telling her, and getting us to call in. It's important that we continue to do this and highlight people like you, Kim Grimm. You are truly an amazing person, and we want to say thank you for allowing us to announce you as a driver of the week and the night of the highway.
Well, thank you so much. You made my morning because it was a total surprise. I haven't seen anything, and you know it's awesome to be able to share and to tell people's stories because every driver has a story.
Yes.
If you've been out here for a day, you've got a story. You know, and I'm very blessed.
All right, Kim, Sheila, what do you got? What do you got?
Right, and every driver has their own side and their own story to tell.
And that's why we call it the driver's side. Yes. Okay, but again, congratulations, Kim Grimm, on being a driver of the week over here on the driver's side and a night of the highway. You're a queen, man. You're just truly an icon in the industry. I mean, we've had to be validated through you. So seriously, you are truly somebody that we look up to and we care about over here. And we look forward to all your articles. Look forward to going back and reading some of them because I haven't read them all. There's so many. Yeah. 17 years you've been there?
Yep.
And 43 years in trucking.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So check out 10-4 magazine. You guys can pick that up at your truck stops and check out Kim Grimm's articles. And just, it's a great magazine in general. Kim Grimm, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you guys for what you're doing.
All right. Have a great day.
Thanks, Kim.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, Kim.
Keep on trucking. Thanks, John. That's Kim Grimm for I'm lost for words. Go ahead. Yeah. Help me out.
I am too. Well, you know, I'm super excited though. I mean, I've gotten to meet John before, who's a character, and he's just great. I just think he's awesome, and he's funny as all get out. And so I'm super excited to meet Kim.
I am too.
I just can't wait. Seriously, words just cannot. I'm a little intimidated though because of the fact of how much experience and knowledge she has in the people that she's met throughout the years in her career. So it's a little intimidating. It was kind of like when we were intimidated a little bit, you know, when we had Yo-Yo on.
Right.
It's kind of the same thing.
What do you say?
But I'm glad that you didn't get too far into a lot of the stuff with her today about her background because we want to interview her and we want to do it properly and really highlight her because she is an icon in this industry as well.
Right.
So
all right.
We want to do that properly.
All right. With that being said, we got to take a break. But again, we want to say thank you to you, Kim Grimm. You are a driver of the week and a night of the highway. And shout out to you, John Jakes. We appreciate you, brother. But with that being said, we're going to take a break, come back and get to your good mornings.
Yes.
There is a rare breed of people who go all in. They keep their word. They give it their all. They put themselves last for those they care about. These individuals rarely receive the same compassion and effort in return, yet continue to give freely. To the givers, forgivers, and selfless lovers out there, keep pushing forward. Don't let this cold world change who you are.
just free flowing.
Where are we going and what are we doing? I have no idea where I'm at because I saw a troll in the comments. So I'm trying to get over to the troll.
I love you though, because so he tells me before we go on today, he's like, you know what? I think we should just free flow it. Just kind
of terrible.
Go with it, right? So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that's what you want to do.
Oh God, it's terrible.
And it's so funny because he's down there just now. He's looking. He's like, where are we going now? What are we doing? We're going to Good Mornings.
All right, with that being said, good morning, Glenn Clay Jr. How are you this morning, sir? Good to see you. Pretty Lee Riley, good to see you. Lee Tinsworth, how are you, sir? And then to Michael Thompson, I haven't seen you in a while, dude. Where have you been? What are you doing? And how are you doing? Good to see you this morning. Our own teddy bear right there himself, John Freese. Good morning to all my brothers and sisters of the highway and Sheila and Wayne. Good morning. Yep, T-Bear. Chris Salisbury. Good morning, sir. We are love it. We love you. We're pulling for you, bro. I get so frustrated right here. I do. I get frustrated. Cindy. I get frustrated because I want to help. I feel so freaking helpless in this situation.
I know.
But the only way I can help you is I'm here. I'm a phone call away, bro. I'm a phone call away. That's it.
And
all right.
We're here when you need us.
All right. Tisha Bell, good morning. How are you this morning? Good to see you. Tim, the Tool Time Taylor. Good morning. Hey, look, here's an old name right there, Sheila. Look, it's Ed Rogers. Hi. Who the hell are you?
Yes.
Mr. Rogers? No, it's Ed Rogers.
Ed Rogers.
Yeah, good morning, Ed Rogers.
And we are still in Florida. We're going to be here until the end of the month because we're going to go. The Wildwood
Truck Show.
Chrome Shop show is next week, a week from tomorrow.
75 Chrome Shop. We got to stop saying it wrong, Sheila.
What did I say?
70 Chrome Shop, 75. It's 75 Chrome Shop. I don't know. Maybe that's all I heard. All right. Good morning to Ellie. We love you, lady. How are you this morning? You be nice. Look.
Yes.
Whatever's going on out there, we don't know about it. So whoever's talking about this, talking about that, just don't worry about it. Keep calm and trust God. We're good.
And be safe.
Be safe.
Mike are stuck in that mess in Wyoming. They've been there for hours already. Hours. And I guess with that, there was trucks off in the ditch that closed the road down, and then there was the truck that jackknifed that closed it, then they reopened, and then they closed it for weather conditions. And so they're in that mess right now.
Right. And look, there's Alan Jones. Stick around, I got something for you. I leaked it out to him. I leaked it out to him.
You did?
I did. I had to.
Okay.
I had to. I don't know what he's doing. He might be eating apples or something. He loves apples. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you, Alan Jones.
Morning,
Larry, good morning to you, sir. It's good to see you. And real quick, Justin Daniel Palm of Rance. I told you I had a surprise for you, right?
Yeah.
Told you I had a surprise for you, right, Justin? Well, guess what? Somebody has nominated you, sir, as a Knight of the Highway supporter. Justin Daniel Pomerantz, you have been nominated by Brittany Akins as a Knight of the Highway supporter. You support these drivers. You do whatever you can for these drivers. You do unload them out at job sites. So we wanted to say thank you to you, bro. Thank you for doing what you do for these truck drivers and the way you do it. Thank you for being a supporter over here on the driver's side. So we wanted to mention this. Go ahead, Sheila.
Yeah, we've been trying to get this in here and how we were going to do it for a few weeks, Justin. And so I decided today was the day that we were going to do this. And it's important because, Justin is a supporter and he is definitely for the drivers. He tries to help the drivers out as much in any way that he possibly can. He's on there. He's a great supporter in the Texas for you guys. And as far as if you needed anything to contact him, he's up in Oregon, that if you needed something up there, he does work with drivers and he's a huge supporter of the driver's side.
He's always doing something for drivers. Always.
And he's just a great guy all around. And the weird thing about it is that
I grew up with him.
Yeah, but you didn't find that out until
later on down the line.
Right, after he was already on here watching the show.
Yeah, he was on here watching the show, and I didn't realize who it was until my brother Devin said, "That's Justin from back home." Right. So shout out to you, Justin, Knight of the Highway supporter.
Yes.
So I wanted to make sure we got to get that in. We do. It's important that we recognize not just these drivers, but also the people that support these drivers.
That's right. That's right. It's an honorary mention, basically, is what that is. I mean, he puts me on the spot all the time.
Supposed to be ready to go to that
one. Okay. Yes, but it's an honorary mention in as far as that. And it's well-deserving. Justin, like I said, Justin is always positive, always happy on his feeds, normally always has, from all the posts I've seen, positive and has a smile on his face. And so we appreciate you, Justin.
He does. All right. And then also to you, Cheryl Pollard. Good morning to you, Cheryl. I catch Cheryl Pollard on your Dirty 30 over at with Trucking with Baby Doll. Trucking with Baby Doll. They got so many over there. don't know what to do anymore with that. Find your right passion. Good morning to you, sir. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. All right. And then you got Michelle Lynn is a troll, guys. Yeah. Stop trolling. Let's go somewhere. Don't you have something to do? I mean, come on. These are truck drivers. They're smarter than the average bear. They got to fight bears all day long. They're always trying to keep away from the bears. So you little trolls are nothing. All right, let's go over to Mike Gaffin. Good morning. Yes, it's Throwback Thursday, my favorite part of the week. Yes, it is. Yes. All right, real quick. Here's a new buddy of mine, Brandon. Brandon, good morning, sir. Looking good out there. Looking large. I've seen him out there doing videos, too. Just videos. I like
a lot of drivers out there.
Yeah, I'm loving this. I'm loving the new technology, the way drivers are doing it, and they're bringing it to their pages and stuff like that. You know, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It makes you feel like you're back out on the road.
Yeah, there's camaraderie and there's unity and
so flat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
He's so ridiculous sometimes.
Go ahead. What do you say? The camaraderie and stuff like that.
Right. It's a way to communicate it. It's like the new video CB, pretty much.
Video CB? What's a video CB? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess I get video CB. Yeah,
right.
It's a new video game. Good morning to Phil Tristan. Phil Tristan, good morning, Wayne and Amigo. Sheila, how are you? We're good. Hello, you guys don't have to worry. One worry. Hello, you guys don't have one worry. We really don't. We really don't. We don't have worry. Cool. We don't. We're happy. We're just chilling, chillaxing, talking about truckers. Nothing. But I will say is we do got a busy week next week. That truck show will keep me busy. It's like a sport. I swear to God, these truck shows are like a sport. Like you said, you can't wait to see Gary stretching for his calisthenics to wipe his foot. Seeing Hater Made and Gary out there stretching.
Doing toe touches.
Well, Hallahan's got a new truck. Hallahan's got a new truck too that's going to be there. Yeah, shout out to Rob Hallahan. He went viral on TikTok.
It is.
Yeah, he went viral on TikTok the other day.
It is pretty.
It's very bright.
Yes.
It's very bright. It's nice. It's bright. Yes. I was shocked with the color scheme he chose.
Yes.
But it's different. It's nice. It is nice.
It's plain.
Rob knows how to do it. All right, come on. That white knight. Man, that KW he had, I just love that thing. All right, Becky Underwood, good morning. Judy, good morning to you. Angel. All right, Michelle Lynn, again, still trolling the page. How are you, Michelle? We're still watching you. Keith Bond, how are you, sir? Good morning to you. All right, Shane Pretty, good morning. Alan Jones.
Good morning, Shane.
I watch and love your show.
Yeah.
Yes. And well, you know what? Here's the deal. This guy has watched me. Okay, Shiny 290. There's a group, okay? Mm-hmm. He's the most active person in the group. He gets all the attention over there. He's the rock star in that group.
Oh.
Seems like it. I put a post in there, it gets nothing. Hello. Not even a like. But what I'm saying is where we've come together and how you've pulled me up and stopped me from just turning on my camera going, I'm Wayne Campbell from the driver's side. This shit is bullshit. Had to stop, and we had to actually create something that has a formatted show and that actually gives out information on top of entertaining and teaches at the same time for the new driver, the old driver, the whatever. Yeah. The in-betweener, the 95% they're going to be in and out. You know what I'm saying? But
with that being said, though, as far as that, real quick on that, there are times that you need to do that.
Oh, yes. Yes. There at the Toe Show. Right. 50,000 views in a day. Holy cow. Right. Great. Love that. But it's also important for that core of the industry. Okay. We usually average about 2,000 views a show. Mm-hmm. Okay. Over the course of the week. About 2,000. That's 2,000 solid. So thank you. And it's solid people like Alan Jones. Yeah. Mike Gaffin. Yeah. Dooner James Livingston. Yeah. I never catch him commenting, but he probably goes back and watches it. So he's too cool for school, that guy. Oh, but he's actually, he shout out to him. He's got his first load as an owner operator. He said, I saw.
Nice.
That was crazy.
Awesome.
So, but for Alan Jones to say, I love watching your show. I appreciate that. That makes me feel good.
Well, we love you being here.
Sound is on Judy. I don't know. Sound is on Judy, Mike Gavin says. Cheryl Polar says, I may not be in the seat, but I am still active in the industry for charity and serves.
That's right.
Serves the driver. Right. And go back to that good old, you're not in the seat. Cheryl, you can't. Cheryl, how dare you do a talk show around trucking?
And you're always.
You're out of the seat, lady. Stop it. Right. How dare you?
And your knowledge and your experience
you have every right
away.
You have every right.
People absolutely have a right to speak.
Right, they do. All right, so let's move. Let's
be a part of it still.
All right, let's go over to Carrie. Says I'm still in the seat for 33 years.
Nice,
damn it, driver, man. You need to get a checkup. You need to see the doctor for why you're still there. Damn, that's a long time to be in there. No, but I mean, okay, so 33 years, Sheila. Mm-hmm. Okay, 43 years. Kim Grimm, let's talk about that real quick.
a long time.
Imagine all the change that they saw and have seen and will continue to see as long as they're here. And that's a lot of years in a seat. Imagine between the equipment, the technology, and all that has changed. The driver, the swag, which we'll be talking about here this morning at Throwback Thursday. The image and the view of the driver.
Right.
All of that, has changed time and time again. It's gone to good. It's gone to bad. It's gone to good. It's gone to bad, like our signal right now.
Yeah.
I just saw it flip. But 33 years in the seat, that's a long time.
Yeah,
shout out to you for that, Carrie and Kim Grimm and all you guys, these veterans of the industry. Shout out to you guys.
A lot of new regulations.
All right, let's get back to the good mornings. John Watkins, good morning. Thank you making me feel welcome. No, you're more than welcome.
Good morning,
over
John.
Here. Jim Bailey, morning, Mr. and Mrs. Campbell, looking great today. Good morning, Jim Bailey. How are you? Dave Umberger, be nice. I got a message about you. Stop it. But thank you. At the same time, thank you. Okay, so I got a message the other day, and that's why I brought it up this morning. Because Dave Umberger was on a video or so of some sort somewhere. Don't know, don't care, but was sticking up for us. Somebody was talking about sticking up for us. Thank you, Dave, but leaving people alone. Just leave them alone. We're going to move past it. We've outgrown that. What I'm trying to say, though, is, people like Dave Umberger, that's been in the seat for a while. I forgot where I was going with it.
Been in the seat and is no longer in the seat anymore, but is still what we were talking about is what bothers you. Still, it's still a brother.
It's still a brother.
And you are still absolutely allowed to speak upon things and be a part of it.
Right. So I forgot I was actually going to say something. Yeah, just leave them alone, Dave. Just leave them alone. Okay, we don't need any more trouble. We move past it, and here's the deal. Again, anybody that has part of the drivers. Don't worry about it. Just blow past and say, okay, if that's for you, okay, good. Thank you for letting us know. Because the simple fact is we're not thinking about it. So when it pulls us back, and we don't need to go back there. Is what I'm trying to say. And they don't deserve to. Just leave it alone. Okay, so let them talk to themselves. But thank you. All right, Find Your Right Pastor says there is always someone else out there thinking they're bigger. Yeah, there always is. We know that. All right. Chris Salisbury says Doc Ryder. Oh, Doc Ryder. Stop it. Good morning from Dina McKinney. Good morning, Dina McKinney. How are you? All right. Judy says, all right, I agree, Wayne, about not in the seat anymore. We all have knowledge, and God wants us to tell our stories. Someone can use it.
Right.
You're right. Right. And I'm going to get a lot of stories this weekend. I'm going to get one from Gary Jones. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to get one for him. Why is he changing his truck up? What the hell's he doing? Why are you doing so much? Slow down. I can't keep up with him.
That's just his nature, I think.
I cannot keep up with that guy.
That's just his nature. Well, that's because he calls you grandpa.
Screw you, Sheila. Dina says, New Orleans, L.A. in the house. New Orleans. All right, Louisiana in the house. L.A. in the house. That's funny.
I love New Orleans.
New Orleans. Shout out to New Orleans.
I wanted to go to school there.
Brandon says, y'all missing the big air show in Lakeland this weekend. Bunch of badass planes and veterans. Where? In Lakeland.
Oh,
shit. Thanks for telling me that, dude. Now, man, that's going to cost me a lot of money.
Oh.
That's an Uber. I'm not taking the rig down there. No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not taking the rig out of here until Wildwood.
Well, that's this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's this weekend. All right. Justin Pomerantz says congrats. All right, congratulations to Kim Grimm. We got all that. Okay. Yeah. Michelle Lynn, congrats. Okay. Michelle, what are you doing? Are you a troll? Maybe not. Maybe I got that one wrong for once. All right. Carrie says, it is not fun anymore. Everyone used to talk on CB, help one another. It's not like that now. There is no radios. Drivers are looking at phones. I've seen them watching videos, feet up on the dash. It's bad out there. Right. Yeah, that's why they created that truck, that driverless thing. We're not going to get into all that. But you're right. The professional is far and few in between. And that's why it's important that we do highlight people like Kim Grimm and bring this to the attention of the industry. This deserves to be brought out. More positivity, more things to the industry need to be brought to the industry that are better for the industry instead of the puppy mills that pump out the dash man.
Right. Well, and what they're talking about there is not just truck drivers. That's just drivers in general. We go down the road and you guys see it all the time. That's four-wheelers as well, man. They've got their eyeballs glued onto their phones and not paying attention, and it drives me nuts. Listen, this one here started out pretty bad, and I had to pound it. How's that phone doing over there?
Oh God!
What are you doing?
Oh God!
One of us has
to be
watching the road.
lady.
So and now he's really good.
I don't pick up the
And
phone
that-
anymore.
no.
I don't. I finally
No.
stopped. And look, it's a bad habit. Bad habits, and drivers pick up bad habits. But
Right.
it's tough in today's industry to find the positive. So that's why we're over here doing something with that. And with that being said, we're going to go to this comment right here, Mr. Perry. Let's go to Mr. Perry
Oh,
here.
okay.
He says, "Can I nominate myself for driver of the week because I'm the best driver out there? If you see a truck that speeds past you, that's me. I'm a speeder." And Wayne's good morning, Wayne and Sheila. It's great to make up to. It's great to wake up to you folks. Getting my Monster Energy drink in time to get up and pass all these steering wheel holders that don't have common sense. Anyways, have a great day, wonderful friends. By the way, do rafflings. We are going to do some raffling.
Yeah.
We're going to give some stuff away. We are going to give some stuff away.
We're going to be doing it soon.
We can only do so much between new software, new equipment, truck shows, this, that, balancing trolls, dealing with drama. Dun, dun, dun. It's hard to keep up with you guys.
You're so stupid.
So we do appreciate you. We appreciate you being here. Let's get through these good mornings. Okay, Ronald Hebert. Look, send Michelle a friend request, all right? She might have $1,000 for you.
Oh.
Who knows?
Oh, okay.
What? You know
Stop
what?
it. You think when we're sitting there and we just did that little high five and laughing, we're just amusing ourselves?
Yes.
No one else is amused on
Yes,
that.
they don't
We're
give a
just,
shit. They don't give a shit. We're over here laughing. They don't give a shit.
Entertaining
All right,
ourselves.
95 South. Paul Westfall says 95 southbound mile marker 771. 3 right lanes closed, backed up to the 75 mile marker. Joppa, Maryland. Oh God.
guys.
Oh God. Yeah. Be careful. All right. I am in. Okay, Brandon.
Mongolia.
Mongolia. Okay.
Hi, welcome.
Welcome.
Wow. Alrighty.
All right, let's get through these. We're done. All right. Mary Williams. And we got another troll. I always care and love her for those drivers. Ew. Romancing the stone there, Mary.
Yeah.
Huh? Troll much, Mary?
Okay. Yes, guys. As you see, that we have some people on here who don't
Let me see if I can
belong
get in
on
there,
here.
Sheila.
Just ignore them. Okay.
Well, this is
we're
hard. You
gonna
got to have
try
a
to right now
balance.
get them and get in there and block some of them.
I don't know. You ban some people from the page. They come back as women they want to be. All right, Sheila, we got to do this. You ready for another one? You ready for another driver of the week?
Oh, yeah.
That's
You
pretty-
ready?
yeah, I guess so. We're through good mornings. What do you want to do?
Yeah. Let's take a break. And then, you want to do it now?
Yeah, we
Are
do
you
it
ready?
before we take the break.
All right. Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, let me see if I can get down here.
Drum roll.
Well, let's see if I can get down here. And well, I can't.
I don't do a drum roll very
There
well.
she is. I got her. Sheila, wait, hold on. I got the troll. Block and band. And there's a couple other here. I got control now. I'm gonna get you, sons of bitches.
You see, I'm over here doing my drum roll.
And the next driver of the week, I'm doing it right after a troll. Let's go with something positive. Screw you, trolls. The next driver of the week is going to be Mr. Alan Jones.
Yes, it is.
Mr. Alan Jones. Alan Jones, sir, you are truly, truly amazing. Let me get the troll off your picture. Go ahead and screw up Alan Jones's driver of the week. But Alan Jones, you've been doing this a long time. I really wanted to say thank you for all you do, sir. You make great videos too. You're doing the damn thing, doing the deal, picking up apples, doing this, doing that. I saw you this week at the, doing some lettering on your truck, getting some graphics done on your truck, and you promoted the people. You just do everything you do is positive. And from what I know is you haul apples, but the way you've hauled your career and the way you've hauled yourself through this industry is truly an inspiration. You're a family man. You love your family. You love trucking, and you're true to what you do. And I want to say thank you for being so positive in this industry, with the industry in the condition that it's in. We need more men and women like you. What do you think, Sheila?
I think it's great, and I love apples, by the way. So if there's a load that happens to be coming this way,
Oh, Jesus.
Alan, seriously, congratulations of being driver of the week and Night of the Highway, and just your career and everything that you do for the trucking industry, and being a positive inspiration, and always trying to keep a positive outlook, being a veteran driver and a safe driver. So congratulations, you are well deserving of it.
You really are, sir. And he's been in this for a long time. He's been doing this a long time. I wish I had more of your backstory. I really do. But I look at you, and when I do see you, the way you carry yourself, I respect you. Your presence demands respect. The way you carry yourself in this industry, you demand respect as a professional driver, and especially as a driver of the week over here on the driver's side. Thank you, Alan Jones, for doing the damn thing. And the way you do it, we appreciate you over here at the driver's side. With that being said, guys, we do have to take a break and get to trucking news. Trucking news. Before we do that, guys, remember we are dedicating all these shows to Cindy Davis Salisbury. We love you, woman. We know that you are fighting and fighting hard, and we are pulling for you and Chris. We love you, Chris, and we really, 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 really are pulling for you guys. Okay, with that being said, let's take this break and come back with your trucking news. Let's do a little bit of Danny Kimball.
Yeah, you can't get enough of that.
Okay. Shout out to Danny Kimball and Aaron Kimball. And again, guys, we will be at the Chrome Shop, 7075 Chrome Shop Truck Show, the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. And I hope to see the Kimball boys out there again. Wow, what a set of rigs they had out there that night. Sheila, I couldn't believe it. And like he says over here in the comments, Mr. Glenn Calais says, well, let me get you a comment, Glenn. Glenn Calais says, them Kimball boys have some nice rides. And now, and real quick, sorry, Dave, I didn't mean to yell at you and stuff like that. Okay? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. She says you're sensitive.
You know what I said to him? I said yes, and I said you need to apologize to him.
Sorry, Dave.
Right, I'm going to stick up for you.
All right, and now to your trucking news with Sheila. Okay? Now to your news.
Oh, and
and what?
No.
No. All right, now to your news. Now to your trucking news with Sheila Campbell.
Yeah. And all I can say is, Dave, you can only imagine what it's like for me to be married to him.
Oh, there it is. Son of a bitch.
Just saying.
Go ahead with your trucking news, Sheila.
Anyways, and what we were talking about backstage when he was showing the other video back there, I just want to say with Danny Kimball's truck there, I said, it is so beautiful. It's like delicious. I just want to eat the truck. And I told him, I said, I want a birthday cake that looks exactly like it so that I can.
Want the trucking news.
Anyways, all right, you guys, we're going to be moving on into the truck. You just stop it over there. Moving on to the trucking news. And it just so happens that today, the trucking news kind of has to do with the Throwback Thursday as well, because they're striking at the port of Los Angeles.
They're striking? Truckers are striking?
Yes.
Oh, don't say it says it's so.
Yes.
All right.
And so, as you guys may have known, that on Monday, truck drivers went on strike against Universal Logistics Holdings. And yesterday, in solidarity with these drivers, dock workers stopped servicing trucks owned by Universal Logistics Holdings. So, picketing Teamster said, today is a new day, and the ports of LA and Long Beach. We are saying with one voice that days that when port officials and trucking companies could trample on our rights without consequence are over for good. We show today that there is power in our union and in our solidarity as working people. So they formed a picket line on Monday morning outside of ULH's Southern Counties Express trucking yard. but they also have a lot of backing that's going on as well, not only from the dock workers that are going in there to help show support, but also from LA City Councilman Mike Bonin on Wednesday voiced his support for the strike. And he said, I stand with striking port drivers. They need to be reinstated, get a fair contract, and no more misclassification as independent contractors. The port trucking industry needs to be held accountable.
Get it?
So, okay. So apparently what they're striking about is right. They're striking for their rights, basically. So what happened is why they said they need to be reinstated is because apparently back in 2019,
they got screwed.
A bunch of drivers were fired. And the reason that they were fired is because it was overheard that they were thinking of they wanted to form a union. Okay. And so there was a bunch of drivers that had gotten fired. So that was one of the demands that they wanted, is that they wanted these drivers reinstated and hired back because they got fired unfairly. It was also too that they're not being treated fairly. That you guys remember or know in the news, a lot of those drivers and people down in the ports there got COVID-19. There was hundreds.
They got riddled with COVID.
Hundreds of them.
Right.
So they're also going back as far as so when that happened, here real quick. So when it happened, because of the way that they're labeled as independent contractors,
they got nothing. Their insurance, all that stuff, nothing.
Medical.
Nothing. Come on.
They don't have anything.
Let's
they don't
eat
have
this.
Right. They have no benefits at all.
Right.
So
they got totally screwed.
And so everything when they got sick had to come out of pocket, but they're coming back because of the fact that they're proving that that company didn't provide the proper equipment for it.
Correct. They didn't have PPPs, all that protective gear, all that stuff.
Right.
And it's no different from your company that did it to you. Okay. I'm not going to try to pull any punches, but the way you were let go with the COVID situation, COVID gave a reason for people to get rid of people, gave them an opportunity to get rid of people in masses.
Right.
In masses and dump them and screw them at that. Like they screwed you out of all your paid holiday money. We're going to go to, you're hitting your 10-year. You are leveling up in pay, all of it. And they got you. They go, COVID, nope, get her. Fire her. And they fired these people. It's just like owner operators. They didn't get shit.
Right.
But what they did get is they got unity now. Okay, now we're striking. Now we got some government officials' attention. Who is it? Some politician.
Right. It was the councilman.
So we got a councilman's attention, but we also got a shop that won't service these trucks now.
Right.
So and then we got drivers. So here's the ripple effect. The dock workers are jumping on with the drivers. Great unity, great handling. Get that shit. Right. Excuse my language, but get it. Show your power. Show your strength in numbers. Do what you need to do to get what you deserve because you've been taken advantage of for too long. Right. And it's across the board in the trucking industry. Right. I wish the OTR drivers would just jump on board, just go on down there with them. Okay, all of a sudden everybody starts showing up at the ports. All you port drivers start getting on board with these people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I love when I see drivers bond together, come together, and make a difference.
Right.
You know, we're going to talk about that later on in the show, aren't we?
We
Throwback Thursday. This actually ties right into Throwback Thursday. But in the end, you're seeing drivers unite. You're seeing unity. You're seeing people come together. You're seeing not just drivers, but port authority, or not authorities, but the people that service the trucks. They're not going to service that equipment no more because you screwed the drivers. Okay, the most important asset sits in the seat. It's not the one that it's not the one that got wheels. It's the ones that hold that wheel.
Right.
All right. So, geez Louise, people, get it together. All right, Sheila, what else we got in the trucking news?
That was it for the trucking news. We were going to briefly talk. We've talked about that in the news that we've seen going around is that they're talking about
the electric truck. Right. I even grabbed a new. It's a big push for electric. Tesla.
Right.
Okay. Tesla. The only thing stopping them. Right. The only thing stopping them is the charging.
Right.
The charging. They're going to figure that out. You think they're not going to figure that out? They're going to get this figured out. Okay?
And not just charging, but fast charging.
Fast charging. That's the problem. Okay. But here's the deal. In the end, the change, if I feel like, okay, real quick to touch on the electric, because I care less about this electric truck. I really can. I don't want it to come because I love the nostalgia of these older trucks. I love this diesel engine. I love it all. I love everything that trucking is right now. I don't like the new that's coming. I don't like the electric. I like to see that coal roll.
Yeah.
But the way things are going, I'm wondering myself, am I seeing, like this person's been in the seat for 33 years, Kim Grin, 43 years, John Jakes, all these people, these veterans in the industry. Are we actually seeing the switch? So our interview with John Jakes, our interview with all these drivers and stuff is going to be as history when the diesel engine slowly phased out and they swapped it over? I'm not saying it's right there now, but is this the transition that we're actually seeing? They've been pushing this Green Deal for a long, long time.
They have.
Which you're actually going to talk about this morning in today's Throwback Thursday.
Right.
Go ahead, Sheila.
Well, and it is. I mean, we've seen these charging stations, and some of them are, just ginormous. Yeah. Ginormous. We've seen a few of them in our travels along, so we know that the switch to electric is coming. As far as the trucks, I know that as far as the distance, there's still problems because of the battery on it. I just think that...
Keep talking, Sheila.
I just think eventually what will happen is that they're going to... do like 2 batteries. They're going to make them lighter and more efficient and have 2 batteries. So that one, when you're there, poof, you're going to swap it over and you'll be able to continue on as far as that. So
I don't know what you got going on over here in this corner of your computer, but da-da-ding, and it's throwing us off. But yeah, the batteries, the weight, all that crap. Go ahead. Yeah. See, what are we doing? How do I get rid of this?
It's telling us they're trying to do a security.
So how do I stop it?
You're not going to.
Oh, geez, Louise, great. Good job. You had one job to do.
Well, I can't help it when it comes
there it is. Now we're losing the whole broadcast, Sheila. Oh my God, Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, where are we at? Let's go to some comments real quick.
You guys.
Let's go to some comments real quick. My electric truck better blow bubbles out the pipes and sound like the Jetsons car when I take off. I don't want one.
Right.
Well, look, I don't care what you want. Other people want them.
Yeah.
You know what though? But when it does blow the bubble, it better be purple bubbles with images of diesel trucks. When it pops, poof, John Jakes' truck, poof, Glenn Clay's truck, poof. You know.
How cool is that though? That would be really cool. Go down the road and they're blowing bubbles.
Okay, now you want to see trucks blow bubbles. Are you serious? Let's see the black smoke. All right, Michael Thomas says, we are truckers, also known as underclass citizens. No rights, no freedom, overregulated, hated by everyone. All right, I hate this freaking thing right here because I can't see the comments. I can't see the comments.
But you touch it, and then what happen? I get it.
It's ridiculous. It's absolute. Here we go.
See, that's what I'm saying.
So we can't get rid of it?
No, you're going to have to go a little bit higher on it now.
Okay, all right. No. So the electric. Okay, so here we go. Here's a great one. Shane Pretty says, if I can even see the comments, now it's not. Now it's just all screwed up, Sheila. Oh my God! I want to end it.
The electric grid cannot support electric vehicles.
Well, we can't. Our roads can't handle rough weather.
Right.
I can't handle this shit that's going on. It's throwing me off. Where are we at?
They're going to be dealing with that. Obviously, there's a lot of things that are still being worked out that they're going to be dealing with as it goes along. And right now, the charging stations and how they are and the electric grid is of concern. Of course, that they're in there for it and working.
We're an hour into the show. We're going to get to Throwback Thursday. I'm pissed.
I know.
I'm pissed because I don't want to deal with this.
I know.
So what do you want to do?
Okay, well,
screw it. It bothers me that it's like you guys. Okay, here's how this works for me. You guys may think, it's not a big deal, Wayne. That's like getting out in your equipment and having a flat, knowing you have a flat, and you keep pushing that trailer down the road, or you keep pushing that rig down the road, knowing you need to go get that flat taken care of. Okay, because it's gonna fuck some shit up. Like it just disappears again. It just throws me off. It pisses me off. Or if you got something wrong with your truck and you don't fix it, and it winds up in the shop for worse reasons.
I get it.
You know, I'm sorry. I apologize for being in my feelings right now. I'm pissed. It sucks. You work so hard, and we're about to get to Throwback Thursday. We start losing audience members because they don't want to hear ding.
We are.
They don't. You don't want to hear ding. You don't want to hear that crap. You don't want to hear Wayne having a fit. You want to hear Throwback Thursday. My gal was like, get the Throwback Thursday.
Yeah. Are you ready?
I don't know.
We still have weather. Guys, let's get into the weather really quick.
No, let's skip weather.
Oh, you want to skip?
I don't know. It's an hour into the show. I'm saying, what do you guys want? You want Throwback Thursday now or weather?
All right, let's do the Throwback Thursday then. You want to take a break real quick?
Yeah, I need to take a break.
And gather your little
pick my nuts up.
Yeah. Guys, we're going to take a tiny little break here, and then we're going to get right into the Throwback Thursday. And actually, you know what?
Let's go already. Mike says, let's go already. See, he says, let's go. Where do you want me to go now?
Go over to the number one strikers number, or not that one.
Oh, geez, Louise.
Videos.
You got to stop flicky fingers. You got to get this off the screen. You got to get this off the screen first, you see? And what do you want? Old footage. What do you want to do? Are we taking a break?
Old footage one.
All right, we're taking a break. Coming back with your throwback Thursday. But before, we got one more driver of the week. Don't forget.
I'm Ava Hurdle. Here at Frank's Truck Stop in Chesapeake, business has fluctuated between moderate and slow in the hours since the nationwide independent truckers strike began at midnight. Truck drivers are protesting a number of things, primarily the high cost and shortages of diesel fuel in the last few weeks. They say that, coupled with the higher maintenance cost and load limitations that vary from state to state, are causing them to lose a whole lot of money. Many truckers pulling into Frank's today say although there have been reports across the nation about shootings, obstructions of fuel pumps, and nails on the road, so far that hasn't happened on Virginia's roadways or in the Tidewater area. On your way down here, did you run into any difficulties on the road?
No, I ran Pennsylvania 81 all the way down. The only place where I stopped to get a bite to eat was in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. You couldn't get no fuel there. Everything was blocked off, but they didn't bother you. You could go up and down the road. Nothing was said,
Other independents say they've heard numerous stories of possible violence, and one trucker for a frozen food company said he's almost scared for his life.
Yeah, sure am. That's why I stayed here last night. I didn't know whether that midnight strike was going to go off or not. So that's why I stayed over here. There's been snipers on the bridges and cars running by you and trying to run you off of the road. That's about the main thing of it is. They could smash your truck down, they could replace it, but not us.
So far here in Tidewater, the strike has had little or no effect at all. Truckers we talked to say right now things are relatively quiet in Virginia and North Carolina. When asked if there would be blocked fuel pumps or even violence, one trucker we talked to said, "I just don't know." Ava Hurdle, Area 10 Eyewitness News in Chesapeake.
Holy cow, Sheila, talk about that. Welcome to Throwback Thursday. Holy cow.
Yeah.
They're killing people.
And we just want to cite and credit and say thank you. That was
man, what was that about?
From Wavy TV 10 back then there, who was covering it as far as the trucker strike of 79, guys, which is what we're going to be talking about. Today is part 2 of the trucker strikes in the 70s. Last week, guys, as you remember, we talked about the trucker strike that happened in 73. And although that there was some uprising, for the most part, there was violence that went on. Mostly peaceful protest. We come along into 79, and it just is a whole different ball game.
It sure is.
It really does. But so we're going to start about how it actually even started. Okay, so the 79 oil crisis was an energy crisis caused by a drop in oil production in the wake of the Iranian revolution. Although the global oil supply only decreased by about 4%, the oil markets' reaction raised the price of crude oil drastically over the next 12 months, more than doubling it to $39 per gallon. Although oil output declined by a small percentage, the short-term supply disruption caused widespread panic about potential gas shortages and a spike in prices, causing panic buying and long lines at the gas station. So basically, just kind of like what we just experienced during the pandemic when people were hoarding food and toilet paper.
Toilet paper bastards.
So apparently we haven't advanced.
Toilet paper bandits.
People panic and they just go out there and they're like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
So several states responded by rationing gas and fuel, including California, New York, Pennsylvania, Texas, and New Jersey. So basically what they did there was that you were only allowed to get, but those are just random pictures. You can just put any old picture that as you go ahead. Those are just news clippings. So basically what they would do is that a lot of these states that had rationing, depending on what your license plate number was, they went odd even. So if your license plate ended with a 2, you were only allowed to get gas on even days, and if you had a 3, you were only allowed to get gas on the odd days.
That's a great concept. That's kind of smart.
I guess, but there I don't think there was really that much of a need for it. I mean, there was panic buying and everything else from it. I mean, a 4% decrease is not that whole lot.
All right, moving on.
So this time, unlike the majority of the strikes and the protests of 73, truckers broke out in violence as a response to rising fuel prices. In the summer of 1979, nearly 100,000 independent truckers went on strike, while their union counterparts kept to the roads. Some drivers, angered by the lack of solidarity, Protesting truckers used their CBs to issue death threats to those who kept driving and threw rocks and bricks off of overpasses onto passing rigs. The violence escalated to the point where gunmen hiding in roadside bushes and riding in pickup trucks shot up at least 31 semis in 18 states. Understandable why so many drivers were upset, though. Fuel prices drastically continued to rise. The national speed limit was 55 miles an hour, which meant it took longer to get to their destination and shorter available hours for new loads to be picked up. And states' weight and the length regulations were different all over the place. It wasn't regulated like it is now. And so depending on what state you went in, you might be okay in that state, but you're not okay in the other, right? And they were called the state barriers. It was in the middle portion. And so these drivers were mad. And what happened with that fuel price in an X amount of months from the beginning of the year until like the summer, they just had it, because originally gas was like 30 some odd cents, somewhere around there. Well, by the summertime, it was like up to almost 90 cents per gallon.
Whoa.
Yeah, it dropped.
That's double.
Right.
Yeah.
So now these owner operators, you're cutting into their pockets is what's happening.
Yeah, they're not happy about that shit.
And so, and with the 55 mile an hour speed limit, now you're driving slower. You're not able to get the gas because of the rationing if you have it. So these guys were pissed. So they were just like, okay, we've had it. We already went through this in 73. We're done with you. Okay, so, but
real quick about that, that spike though, it caused that spike in fuel and all that. It caused them to get angry. That was the final straw. It seemed like. I was just trying to buy you space. It's buy you time to get a drink. Go ahead.
Oh, I was like, my lips are all right.
Go ahead.
So, but here was the difference. Yet some drivers really embraced, because you got to remember that back from the 73 one, that all of a sudden they were considered those outlaws, and then those movies started coming out,
rock
like
stars,
the Smokey and the Bandit,
Concrete Cowboys,
and Convoy, and they were the rock stars. The public really embraced it, and the CB and that culture. Okay, and so there were some though, that actually that some drivers really embraced their desperado image, an image that had started back then, and turning to the trucking industry into a Wild West shootout. So basically they took their whole desperado. Some of them were like, yeah, we're outlaws, we're going to do it. And they took it to a whole other extreme. Okay. Plus you got to remember that at this time too, that people were drawn in on that bandwagon, and there was other copycats and stuff that were going on as well. So
copycats as far as what?
Copycats as far as some of the violence that was going on.
So people throwing stuff off the bridges and stuff. Right. That's just crazy. It's crazy because go ahead. I'm sorry.
Right. Okay, so what once started as the striking protests and sticking it to the man image was idolized by the general public was now lost by the end of 79. The violence, unrest, and fear that it caused did not sit well with the public. This darker, more violent image of the trucker was troubling. Several state governors were forced to declare a state of emergency, and one even encouraged people to carry firearms to protect themselves.
Holy cow.
Jimmy Carter echoed public opinion in condemning the violence, while mainstream entertainment reflected this more sinister shift in road culture, expressing itself in the movie Mad Max, dystopia movie series that incorporated themes of the rising violence among truckers in the late 70s and early 80s, coupled with the apocalyptic fears of gas shortages and resource competition. And when I first read that, you guys, I'm going to stop there real quick, because when I first read that, I loved the movie Mad Max. Okay, and when
Here comes Hollywood.
When I first was reading on this, I was like, oh yeah, I love that movie. I can totally see how they kind of got that.
Here comes Hollywood. You damn right. Damn right. There's a great story there. There's a great story there.
Right, its own weird movie magic kind of a way, but I can see how that actually
it transpired from what happened. But it's crazy though. Like what I was trying to say is, like saying when it shifted, they were put into a light of rock stars of these knights of the highway.
Right.
It happened recently again with the pandemic.
Right.
America fell in love with truckers, and right away they fell right back out of love with truckers when it came to them protests and naked drivers at the seat. Go ahead. I'm sorry. That's what I wanted to touch on.
Right. And so there is, and we have the media. Right. As you can see, you guys. Okay. Well, first of all, the clip that we showed was of footage, news footage from a while ago, and these are all actual news articles and clippings from various different newspapers. Okay, so like we've got, holy moly, we've got a lot of it. So like on June 28th of 1979, the New York Times, 14 states affected by trucker protest. It goes on to say independent truckers blockaded truck stops and brought traffic to a crawl on major highways yesterday as a wildcat protest against rising diesel fuel prices and shortages, the 55-mile-an-hour speed limit, and other grievances. In Connecticut, 6 drivers parked and locked their trucks for over 6 hours in front of fuel pumps. In Indiana, drivers parked 300 trucks across a 1-mile section of the Indiana toll road near Gary, blocking the toll road in a section of the I-94. In Wyoming, a convoy of a dozen or more trucks slowed to 25 miles per hour on the I-80 at Rock Springs. In Oregon, Holler blocked 2 large truck stops. In Colorado, drivers blocked more than half of the pumps at a station in Denver. In Florida, near Wildwood, a major truck stop was blockaded by about 90 truckers. Right. And we go on, and it's we go into the Chicago Tribune on June 11th. Snipers fire at truckers who don't join full strike. There was a lot of anger.
You were considered a piece of crap if you weren't striking with them. Yeah,
there was a lot of anger that was going on, and these drivers, these independent drivers, were very angry for the other drivers who didn't participate in it, and that's where the violence came in. They some of them got beat up, they were shot at, they got bricks thrown at them, they were blocked. Some of them were blocked from even being able to get fuel. I mean, there was incidents in some of these articles that they were talking about. There was a group of them, like 4 of them, that actually followed an uncle and a nephew who was 20 years old from the truck stop that they were at. They warned them at the truck stop, and then they get back in their semi. They go off, and these guys followed them for almost 40 miles, run them off the road, okay, rough them up, tell them to get to walking, put fluid on it,
and burn them down, torch their trucks.
Semi.
Well, there's no different from prior to that. It was in the early 70s. The truck that got shot at in Missouri. I want to say thank you to Larry for tagging me in that article, History of Highways. There was a Teamster that was, taking a load, and some angry Teamsters got out there and shot at the truck. It was hauling dynamite, blew a hole in that road. Right. I was hoping he'd brought it up today, but I guess it didn't reflect on the 79 part. But
no, that was from 1970.
I get that, but those were Teamsters killing Teamsters.
Right.
Technically.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The people went to jail for that. I mean, we were talking a hole inside the earth, like a hole on the size of the moon, it seemed like. You know what I'm saying? It was so much dynamite on that. But the trucker on trucker crime and violence was absolutely out of control. But then you had the copycats, because prior to that, you had all these people that fell in love with the trucking industry. Right. And then just like, with the way protests are today, they get hijacked and people start doing things to discredit the movement. Right. They hijack these movements and they start doing things to discredit it or to make the drivers look bad. It's no different from nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Again, with the pandemic, the America fell in love with the trucking industry. Thank you, truckers, this and that, all that stuff, when, they should never stop thanking them. Again, they chose the job, but at the same time, the things that you go through, you didn't know some of the things you signed up for in the beginning of driving that you go through now. If you'd known that might have changed. It might have been a deal breaker for you in the beginning. Right. But with America falling in love with the trucking industry, again, with this pandemic, and then right away falling out of love with them, say, oh, they're running over people on the highways and this and that. No, they're not. You're putting them in a position where they shouldn't be in. And first of all, kids shouldn't be playing in the streets.
Right.
Let's not go there, but back to even then, before that, even like Reginald Denny, you become targets. Mm-hmm. You actually become a target, and you become a tool to get attention. It could be for the good, it could be for the bad. Either way, though, Sheila, it was a tough time. It changed the game. It really did. It changed the game.
Right. No, it was. I mean, the stories, guys, there's stories after stories after stories after stories of what was going on. And it was so bad that National Guards, there were states that had to call out National Guard for it, whether if it was actual drivers or if they were copycats. There was such unrest, which we just watched not too long ago during this pandemic. There was such unrest and violence during this time that, They had to call in National Guard.
There's-
They had the governor of Alabama, I mean, literally told people to arm themselves and shoot.
Right.
Shoot at them, shoot back, and kill them if you need to.
Right.
It was like, man, I mean, that is the Wild West. When a governor is telling you to pack some fire and to shoot back at somebody to kill them, I mean, that is the Wild West. Because now you're just talking, people are just randomly shooting and doing stuff no matter what.
Well,
And because of that, and what was going on, the violence, what happened is it creates fear.
it does.
And of course,
There's fear
the
mongering
media-
and all that, right?
Correct.
They play you, they manipulate, they create agendas.
Right. And the media, once again, is involved in that. Whether
Right,
it was
the bullshit.
newspaper, back in those days, times too, people were reading newspapers all the time. And from cover to cover, they would read these things. And some of the headlines were reading the sniper shooting, truckers won't back down, truckers killing other truckers. I mean, just the headlines are ridiculous on some of these things. And so what happens is that here we go, it created fear. You've got the footage there that they talk about, and the one driver's talking about as far as being in fear
Right, right.
of their life. And they were, because they didn't know. For those who didn't go on strike, and I actually got an opportunity and got lucky enough that John Freese and Larry Benyon both shared their experiences. They were drivers back there during that time.
And that's what I kind of wanted to do. I kind of want to go over to the wild, wild west of the comments real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what we're going to find over there, but I'm going to
Right.
find Teddy Bear with this one right here. He
Right.
says, John Freese says, in 1978, I remember Oklahoma and a few states in that area, diesel fuel was as cheap as 36 cents a gallon. Can you imagine? The average might have been close to 45 across the whole United States, and then to spike it up
Right.
to damn near 90 cents
Right.
is going to cause a issue.
Right.
So all right, let's head over to
Right. And especially to independents. I mean, that is their bread and butter. You're cutting into them. So, I mean, you figure that a load for you that was maybe, $70 or $60 is now going up to $100, not including, the maintenance and everything else of your truck and the upkeep of it. So what are you getting for that load? So to have that drastic of a hike, and especially in such a short amount of time, so we're talking in 6 months, because they went on strike basically the end of spring in the summertime. In 79 is when that happened. So to see that kind of a dramatic jump on it, I can get it. And like I said, they were already upset of the fact of the 55-mile-an-hour speed limit, let alone the fact
the
that you're
double
dealing with
nickel.
Right, you're dealing with the regulations. You're dealing with, there's no uniformity or standardization for the weight or the length restrictions, on there. So it was just a mess. Now, the violence that happened, though, of it, or what transpired out of it, whether it was all of it was true, whether it was copycats, whether the media played a part in it, the attention that it got caused so much fear that it really, this is where the turn of the image of the trucker turned.
The scar.
Okay.
The big scar.
This is where now you guys were looked at in a whole different light. It came about that they were violent, that they were mean, that they were angry. It shifted. You weren't that woohoo, yay, that once popular, that let's get it kind of, let's
You
back
weren't that
and support
bandit
him anymore.
anymore.
Now they were afraid. The fear was caused, and they were afraid.
Right. Let's head over to the comments. Michael Thompson says, my dad got a brick thrown through his windshield in the 79 strike. John Freese says, and owner-operators back then were getting between $1.25 a mile, and we didn't think that was enough money then. Now look at we're doing for it. Yeah,
Right.
it's ridiculous.
It's not enough.
And,
It's still not
and
enough.
Again, I feel like I wish that drivers would actually pull together, because it's long overdue. Okay, it really is. It's long overdue for drivers to get what they deserve.
Right.
Okay, and things haven't changed in so long, and that's why these people in LA, I'm proud of them. I'm proud for sticking up for themselves. The men and women that did it back then, I'm proud of them. But when will it finally make a difference, Sheila? You know what I'm saying? You're looking at, there's freight out there that's still prices from back then. A lot of the stuff hasn't changed. The one thing that has changed is the regulations, is the restrictions on the driver, is targeting you guys between DOT and all that stuff. That's definitely changed. More rules and regulations have changed, but their pay and their worth hasn't. Right. I know your worth. You know your worth. Why aren't they paying you your worth? Right. Some do get it. Don't get it twisted. Some find a company and they get these good companies and they live there and they stay there and they retire there because they treat them good. But how is that today? How many of those are out there today? How many of those companies are out there actually taking care of drivers? I talked to a driver yesterday. Shout out to you, Dave. Is it Dave? Was it Dave Stein? Dean Stein. Shout out to you. Great video you made yesterday. And also for taking the time out to talk to me. So no way. I'm happy. Right. Pay what I'm worth. I do what I want. Do a little run, and I'm happy. I'm delivering Kenworth parts. So, well, good. As long as you're happy. But he said, it sounds like he hit the gravy train. When I was in the oil field, I got to a company, was paid what I felt I was worth, and I was happy. I say as long as I could. But in the end, it changed the game. It changed the image of the industry. It took away from you guys. They hijacked it in some ways. These copycats with making the image of the driver look even worse than it was, we already know in every industry there's unprofessionals and there's people that do bullshit and take advantage of people. But a majority of the drivers back then were professionals, and they were the knights of the highway. They were the rock stars. That's why we have Driver of the Week, and it's called Knight of the Highway.
Right. Well, and you know what? I mean, what actually transpired from all their grievances? I mean, what actually changed out of it? You know what I'm saying? I mean, eventually in 82, it was they got the standardization. It wasn't until the Surface Transportation Assistance Act of 82 that established a federal minimum for truck weight limits, which finally standardized truck size and weight limits across the country for traffic on the interstate highways, resolving the issue of the barrier states. So, but other than that, the speed limit, that didn't go away until 1995, the 55 mile an hour speed limit didn't go away. The only thing that actually happened that I saw out of that Carter did was that he allotted more fuel for the drivers. Okay. So of all their grievances that they had on there, Carter didn't do a darn thing other than saying, we're not going to condemn the violence and we're not going to tolerate it. We're going to send out the National Guard. We're criminals. We're going to arrest you and do that. But okay, we'll go ahead and give you a little extra fuel to go ahead and continue on. So it didn't really quite clearly state exactly when the 79 strike happened. I know that they said that strikes off and on went on until like about 83. And then, of course, then you start getting into strikes with unions. Right. Deregulation happened in the early 80s. So a lot of things happen. And it's quite possible that the deregulation, now the 79 strikes could have caused deregulation from that happening as well. But it didn't specifically say, like some of them are like, on this day, it was called off. It lasted for 11 days and that was it. I know when I talked to John Freese yesterday when he was telling me his story, and that he was working at a company and he had just started driving in 78. So he was a rookie, only 1 year in the seat as it was anyways, when your mind is filled with all kinds of stuff and all hell breaks loose. Right. And so I'd asked him, I said, were you scared? He's like, damn right you're scared. He didn't participate in the strikes. He continued driving, but people in his company were threatened. But it was interesting as far as I forgot what I was lost my train of thought when I was talking to John about that. What was I just talking about?
I don't know.
What?
Yeah, good job. How did that make you feel? I know. I was paying attention. I'm trying to juggle the comments too. What do you want me to do here?
Oh, you just calm your shorts down over there, mister.
She wants me to calm my shorts. She's like, save me, and I can't save you.
Oh, that I know what I was going to say. That he said that it seemed like it went on forever.
It's still going on now. That's like today, Sheila. There's these riots and stuff like that. These protests for whatever it is. Right. Now I see it now. It's still going on now. They're still protesting this and protesting, injustice, whatever it is.
Right.
They just any excuse. But back then, it's different. This was. It changed it forever.
Right.
It changed it forever, and that's the part that hurts. The one thing that didn't change is the pay.
Right.
The one thing that did change is safety is going away more and more and more. The lack of training for the driver, the education of the driver, so they actually knew about this stuff or know about this stuff. And the fact that you shouldn't be hauling $1.25 a mile freight. You shouldn't be doing that. The fact that these brokers should be taking advantage of these drivers. Factoring companies shouldn't be coming in and taking advantage. They should be, stand up. There should be a criteria. There should be something that they have to meet for the drivers to decide whether this company is good for the industry. And if they're not good for the industry, the drivers should be able to shut companies down.
I agree.
Period. Again, what happened back then is the drivers lost their power because they didn't fully stick together. They got bugged. They got infiltrated by other people, copycats that caused chaos. Okay, because then you're going to go in. People had to pay. They had to pay their bills. Right. They had to feed their family. Well, okay, look. If I got my daughter saying, "Daddy, I'm hungry. I need to eat," and my wife going, "Baby, we need to feed the kids. They're going to die," I'm going to run you over. I don't care about your picket line. I care about my family. But it should never get to that point of a picket line. The drivers should be taken care of no matter what. They're the heartbeat of America, and they should be treated that way, Sheila.
I agree. And then, I got the opportunity as well that Larry Benyon had shared his story of it too, that he had started. He was actually new in the industry as well. He was only 2 years driving at that time. And originally, a lot of people lost their jobs. Okay. I mean, it really affected a lot. I mean, it affected agriculture. It affected meat packing plants. A lot of people lost their jobs from it. Drivers lost their jobs. There was companies that actually shut down, that they wouldn't even send their drivers out. They were just like, what, it's too risky, that they would close down.
It's not worth the loss.
Right. They would close down for a few weeks. In hopes that it would calm down some, because they were concerned about their drivers who were driving out there, because it wasn't a joke. It wasn't a joke, and it was scary, and it was scary times. And Larry had said the same thing. Yeah, he says it was scary, and you kept your eyeballs out on the road, but you know what? You did what you had to do. And for him, originally, he was a car hauler. Okay, well, he lost his job, so he went out and just found another job. And he went into hauling milk, okay, and dairy products and the feed products that feed the dairy cows. And so he was telling me about with that. And he says, I was raised on a farm, Sheila. And so, we're just raised in a way that no matter what, stuff has to go. The milk has to get out. The farmers, they can't just get rid of their milk. Stuff has to go. Work needs to be done. That's just the way that he was raised. And a lot of you were raised on it. So it wasn't that, as he says, because it's not that I didn't care and I didn't see it and I wasn't empathetic and I knew and understood what was going on. I just myself, that meaning him, I had to take a different stance, and it wasn't necessarily right for me. I was born and raised to keep going, and that this is what needed to be done, was that I needed to have a job and I needed to keep going, and things needed to get done and delivered. And a lot of drivers felt that way, but they were afraid.
I just, for me, I want to get it directly from drivers that lived in that era. I want to talk to Bill Kruger. I know I didn't call you this morning because we were so far ahead of it already. It sucks. It sucks, Sheila, because it tore this industry. It tore the country. It tore things, and in the end, they got nothing. They got nothing but more regulated.
No, they got allotted. They got a lot of more fuel during that time.
In my opinion, let's go to Bill Kruger. Bill Kruger says, LL, a lot of guys put signs on going home, but that only worked for so long. Guys were forced to leave their trucks and caught a ride home. I had a loaded. Other guys tried to take it from me. Right. It was a scary, scary time. A gentleman that I've newly learned about, Bill Kruger. Okay. He's John Freese. He was a year in. I just couldn't imagine the stories that these people have. In the end, it changed the dynamics of trucking. It changed the game forever. And I feel like we're right here again.
Right.
We're now talking about electric trucks and can they do it? Do they have the batteries? Lifeline?
Right.
Here we are again. Okay, we're evolving. But what I do want to say is thank you to the men and women that did this and that stood up for the truck driver and stood up for themselves and that did whatever they could to try to make it better. Is it time for another strike? Yes, in my opinion.
Well, and you see that happen in LA.
Right.
Well, and here's the thing, though, is that I mean, what we're seeing that even through the 70s of the strikes in the 70s is that it's the same song and dance.
Right.
They go on strike. They want these demands. They want them met. The government's like, oh, okay, try to, keep all of our stuff going. Even then, I mean, this affected hundreds of thousands of people. It affected deliveries. It affected grocery stores. It affected people getting food. It affected fuel getting delivered. I mean, it really affected people, and people lost jobs. But what happened is I see the same old song and dance.
It's a repeat. It's insanity. Insanity.
They get the government. Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll look into it. We'll do something about it, and nothing ever comes out.
Okay, how's that driver community? Okay, look, and
the driver got the bad rap out of it and looked at in a very negative way from this one.
And I'm going to say this, okay, and no offense to you people that are on the panel. Okay, seriously, the new driver panel, whatever committee, whatever it is.
Right.
Here we go with the crap again. Stop. Just stop the crap and give the drivers what they're worth. Give them the power back. Give them the power, not the corporations, not the companies, but the actual driver. Okay, a happy driver is a safe driver. You'll have safer roads, period. When you go to Bill Kruger's comment, because I want to go on and on. I want to screw the FMC, screw the ATA, fuck all you guys. Screw all you suckers. Yeah, let's go. Get the mob. But you can't. You just can't. Unfortunately, the way things are today, it's just different. It's just straight up different. You got snowflakes that melt. You got ones that don't melt. And all that crap.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Silly.
Let's go over to the comments. Says Bill Kruger says, never will work. It was tough enough in 79. It takes a lot to get enough support.
Right.
And you're right. You had over 100,000 drivers back then, I want to say. Go ahead,
100,000 drivers over the length. Now, that's not all in one day, obviously. That was during the duration of the strike. And like I said, it didn't necessarily say how long it went, but in the prime of it was in the summer of 79, basically. It was the prime of it. Late spring, early summer. 100,000 drivers. And it still didn't do any good. And so you're right, Bill. The problem is that I just don't think that there's going to be enough at one time to really do.
Here's how I'm going to say this, and you're right, because it's going down right now.
Right.
And how many are involved? Not enough.
Right.
Not enough. And it's even made headlines. Okay. This is coming out of foxla.com.
Right.
Okay. It just
the politicians like to do this.
It's too scattered.
The smoke and the song and dance.
It's too scattered. They keep you happy over here, not happy over here. They do it in stages. If you guys all caught on fire at once, you'd have a major uprising and it would work. But you have to have structure, like John Free said in the comment. You have to have structure. You have to have communication. These guys, they're getting it, but not enough of it. It's not gonna. It's just it might help them a little bit.
And you know why some of that happens too? Just real quick on that
subject. Go ahead.
Real quick.
We got to get out of here.
Yeah, we are. Because, legislation doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
And so they're able to promise you the sun and the moon that they're going to work on it, may start on something, but oh man, it gets locked up in that legislation. By that time, they're like, oh yeah, things have cooled down. Everyone's gone back to work and so up, and they're happy. And then it's the same BS.
It's insanity. Bullshit over and over. All right, let's wrap this up. Becky Underwood, we see you. Everyone have a great day. You have a great day. All you truckers, be safe out there. I have mad respect for you. Blah, blah, blah. We love you. Oh, there goes a Harley. Find your right passion. Says thank you again. Look forward to seeing you guys next week. That's true. You know what? Drop your weather real quick. We'll do weather for the few people that are in here. We have to. My wife took time out to do it, put it up, and we are going to take the time out to do it. I just didn't want to do it before Throwback Thursday.
Yeah.
All right. So drop your weather over in the comments. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back and wrap up with your final thoughts and weather. All right, guys, here we go. Let's get it with old footage. How long is this?
It's a minute.
No volume?
No, there should be.
No, our mic's not muted either.
All right. Well, okay. So
this is some old footage right here. Go ahead.
This is some old footage. Obviously, guys, they're showing as far
as the gas pumps and stuff.
As the gas pumps, and they're interviewing the drivers out there about what's going on. This is again archived from wavy.com TV. I don't know why there's not.
They're interviewing drivers and stuff like that. Don't know why there's not volume, but guys, we're going to go ahead and pull this. Get ready for your weather, Sheila. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and put the weather up, guys. I had to
We're
pull
just
that.
all kinds
Well,
of
we're
crap
just,
today,
yeah,
right?
we're crushing it, Sheila. Go ahead with your weather.
All right, guys. Well, let's at least get into the weather real quick. We want you to be careful out there. You've got snow across the central Rockies today and into the central high plains. Winds are expected to become strong and gusty by tonight as the snow continues to cross the region. Travel may be difficult. The snow should taper off on Friday into Saturday, but may linger over Colorado and northern New Mexico into Saturday morning. These areas are northwestern, central, and southwestern Montana, Wyoming, western South Dakota, most of Nebraska, Colorado, northern to southwestern Utah, northwestern Kansas, northeastern New Mexico, southeastern Idaho, and northeastern Nevada. We've got showers and thunderstorms expected for southeastern Nebraska, central, southern, and eastern Kansas, southwestern Missouri, most of Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, eastern New Mexico, Louisiana, southern Mississippi, southern Alabama, southern Georgia, eastern South Carolina, and central to northern Florida. These storms may be accompanied with frequent lightning, severe wind gusts, hail, and isolated tornadoes. Rain expected today across the coastal sections and lower elevations of New England, and possibly changing to wet snow by tomorrow. And here in Orlando, Florida, it's about 75 degrees. Humid as all get out, sunny, with rain expected tonight or tomorrow.
Get it, Sheila. We appreciate all that information. And here comes that stupid little thingy again. Let's get over to your guys' comments for your guys' weather and wrap up today's show, which I cannot get to right now because this is going to block me. All right, let's go right here to Dave Unberger says 75 today in Hillsboro,
Nice.
Oregon.
Yeah.
Gary says stay safe out there, drivers. Thank you, Wayne and Sheila. No, thank
Thanks,
you.
Gary.
Tim, the Tool Time Taylor says 69 Forsley, Georgia, trucking it up. Is that what it says? Forshey? How you say that, Sheila?
Force.
Force?
Force.
I can't read for shit anyway. Michael Thompson says, or Mary Kay says, prayers for all you. Have a safe day trucking. Michael Thompson says, winter won't let go of Wisconsin. Melrose, Wisconsin, 39 and cloudy.
I know.
Shane Pretty Riley says rain in Merkel, Texas.
Yep.
All right. Pretty Lee Riley says 50 overcast in Wichita Falls. I'm trying to get rid of this and it won't let me to get to your guys' comments and it won't let me and it's just going to dun-dun-dun. I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing with it. I can't. They're up all the way.
I get you.
You see what I'm saying? Phil Tristan says 55 degrees and sunny in Peoria, Illinois. Thank you, Sheila. And Wayne, now back. Oh,
Now back to you, Wayne Amigo.
thank you. You know what?
You know what? You know when you see Phil Tristan that is mine.
I know, but I'm trying to get these done. We're an hour and 40 minutes into the show today. We've almost 2 hours, and we didn't even cover our last driver of the week. How about that?
Well, then let's get to
No,
it.
we're going to do that next week. We're going to push him till next week because he's going to get cheated. That's cheated. You got to throw in the credits.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll wait for him. No, you want to throw him in at the end? That's just wrong. There you go. There you go. You'll tread it up. Well, we're done with the weather. Now we're going to get to you. Here you go at the end.
Okay.
Do you want to? We can. I mean, I just feel bad for him. I don't feel like he's, again, I want to make sure it's professional. And it's done right. It's just not enough. We
All
got
right.
Justin in this week.
All right. Well, we have an honorary mention in there, so
So,
we'll
yeah.
save that
So,
for next week.
and
we
Ellie will be
apologize.
okay with it.
We'll
We
be-
love you, Ellie, and we love you, Sandra. Tell him we'll just push him to next week.
Okay.
They'll still be here.
Okay.
All right, let's finish weather. Bill Kruger says Gary straight snowed in Wyoming.
Gary Snow. Yes.
Yeah, it's nasty in
It is
Wyoming.
close. Wyoming is nasty right
Tim
now.
Taylor says Macon area. Wayne Campbell, come on, man.
Macon area, Wayne Campbell. Come on. Macon.
No, not going. Where's Macon?
Macon, Georgia, I think.
No,
I think Macon
no,
is Georgia.
no. John
Yeah.
Free says, give him a Snicker bar. Yeah, I'm angry today. I am. I'm pissed
I
off.
know you guys.
I feel like we failed. I feel like we failed as a show today.
It definitely wasn't our normal. We've had some problems on here. We pushed through.
We go
as best
2
that
days a
we
week.
can. It was kind of scary. We can't predict of what stuff is going to happen on there.
It's true, but I
You know,
am,
we
John.
don't.
I'm a
It's
little
not like
upset.
we put that in there. So Guys, we apologize for the technical difficulties. It happens. Even major stations have technical
and we still hold more than most local
I'm just
networks.
saying. So we apologize for that. We did the best we can, and sometimes it does throw us off. So I hope that you enjoyed the Throwback Thursday. I always want to say thank you to all of you who shared your stories, who made your comments on there. I couldn't imagine of what it was like during that time of going through that, because that, and especially the turnaround for those of you who were part of the 73, of being of that culture of how awesome, to all of a sudden in 79 it changed so drastically.
Again, I want these men and women to take a mic. They don't have to. It could just be audio if they don't want to be on camera. These guys deserve to talk about it.
Yeah,
they deserve to. Okay, look,
there's some great stories.
I tried a weekly panel. I don't want that. It's not. It doesn't work.
Right.
Just doesn't work. I can't juggle that many. You just can't do it. You're not going to make everybody happy, and in the end, they are not happy like a mug, and they just want to take you down. I'd like to get a panel of these old schoolers and just get it. Here's what do you want to talk about? Okay, and if you have pictures, I'll put it up. I'll get out. I'll go in the back studio, and produce it. I would love for that to happen over here. But with that being said, guys, look, we thank all of you. And for the ones that, like you said, John, not a big deal. Have a great day. You're right. It's not. It is because, John, it reflects our brand. Okay, but in the end, like you said, it was a great show. And I'm going to take it for that. Mike Gavin says, great show. Pretty Lee Riley, we appreciate you. Great job, Wayne and Sheila. Again, though, I apologize for my anger. I did get a little leveled today. Sorry. I feel like I degraded your show.
It's fine.
A biz. Get that Norton off here.
I know.
So once I close
it's frustrating. But it's trying to, obviously something I downloaded, and it could have been the footage. Computers start sensing stuff. It's like all kinds of stuff. It says, oh, there's something going on. It could be a virus. Once that comes up, all of your alerts are going off, and that's what's happening down there, and it won't go away. So I'm going to have to go in and clear the whole system out of it. And so it just started popping up now. So something happened, and that's what happened. And that's what he's getting frustrated. But guys, just a reminder again, next week on Tuesday, we'll only have one show, which will be on Tuesday, because we will be going to Wildwood, and we're going to be getting up and setting up to get ready for the Wildwood show that starts next Friday. So just one show, but we will do live sporadically here and there. And as we're doing that, we want to thank all of the drivers of the week and our honorary mention. Recap.
Miss
Kim Grimm, congratulations.
Mr. Alan Jones.
And
Mr. Justin.
Pomerantz for being a great supporter of the Knights of the Highways.
And also, we are dedicating today's show to Cindy Davis Salisbury. We are pulling for you. We love you. We love you and the family. You're just in our thoughts and prayers. I just don't have words here, except that we do love you and we do care. Chris, hang tough, brother. We're here for you, guys. And I saw in the comments to end with a prayer. You guys rock. Thank you, Steve. Everyone, have a great day. And with a prayer, I'm going to end with Cindy's video. We're going to play Cindy's video again. Okay. Yeah. If anything, that family needs prayers more than anything. So what I will do is I'll end it like this. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you and only you. And I ask you to put your hand of safety and guidance on all these people that watch the show and that continue to do what they do for us out here in the world without people even knowing what they're doing. We appreciate them, Father. And Father, please be with Cindy and her family through this tragic time and through this tough times, Father. In the end, we put you first. In Jesus' name. Amen. I know I'm not a pastor. Everybody's entitled to their own. But in the end, we care about each and every one of you. And you are the heartbeat of America. You should be treated that way. Always keep your shine side up, rubber side down. And I know I foiled things today, but honey, how do you make money in the trucking industry?
You got to keep your left door closed.
Get it. And remember, guys, this is all dedicated to you, Cindy. Have a great day.
We love you guys.